So let's talk. Truth is the builder of life. If we do not have laws to obey and disciplines to sort out and things that give us order, so that there can be a life, there is no life. So we have truth, and the reality of our environment determines what can or cannot be alive. So we have truth, we have reality as a builder, and then we have thought. Because without thought, the recognition that I do have a choice, there is no choice. So you have to have thought. Thought is a constant companion, or a child of truth, you might say. And what we do with that creates the life that we live. So, and that actually expands to everything. But we have humanity is a choice. Not a choice of time, because we're not given that. We're given time to create our own individual identity. So we use that to create the realities of our life, which creates the thoughts that we envelop, or in the environment that we live in, and that creates a want. So we have want, and gossip is a primary seed of want. If people come by and they tell you different things, or let you believe different things, or try to influence you, or whatever it is, and that becomes a basis for your own direction. You want to believe this, you don't want to believe that, and so on. So ridicule also makes a difference, because even if you believe that this is good, if somebody comes and says this is bad, that has an impact on you. So it changes the function of your life. So what we get is want creates the door that you may walk through, and you can want the truth of who you are is determined by the purity of who you are. So if you are pure enough to understand what that means, that you have to become an actual part of truth to enter into the environment that is true. So want creates a door, and truth allows you to open that door. And of course, the most common reality of human life is greed, or want first, and the most common reality of life is that greed that opens the door. And that little bit of greed can kill you in an instant, or it can be accumulate over a lifetime and kill you then, or whatever it is, because greed doesn't allow for other people to be involved, not in what you get. So greed removes happiness. It removes the people, and the heart is a place where happiness lives, where we share happiness. So happiness is the basis of sharing and caring about someone else, some other living thing that is important to you. So if you honestly care about someone, and you honestly share your life with someone, you don't influence them by your greed. That is removed. But of course, that's a purity part of it. And you have to, if you have purity, then you have love. And if you don't, you end up with animal or hate or greed. And then of course there's selfishness involved in that. And selfishness is the intent to remove other people, to say, I am the superior one, I am this, I am that, I'm the other thing, everything is about me. And that, of course, works well with greed, because greed gives me everything, so then I have everything, so then I'm this or that or the other thing, and so on. And it's a descent. So one creates a door, and truth tells you whether or not you can open that door. If you do, the consequence of what you want appears to you as an environment. It is, what you chose to do, and what you chose to be, And based upon the realities of what your choices can become, the truth of what your life is or is not, you are allowed to make decisions that are going to influence your life. Truth is the contractor or the construction of an environment, and thought is the dimension of that environment. So truth allows you the order and the discipline to do different things. It creates life, just as lies destroy life. You don't lie to actually improve your life or to change your life. You're trying to change someone who is a part of your life. You're trying to enforce that they cannot be, or they cannot do, or they cannot have this influence over you. So you're using lies to get out of that. And when you do that, of course, you kill what is already current. You're trying to remodel that into something that is more suited to your desires rather than the desires of someone else. People sabotage their lives for 1,000 different reasons, and one of them is, this is as far as love will go for me. I will not go beyond this point, because love requires that you share and care and respect each other. That's what love requires: sharing, caring, respect, and honoring each other with working for each other and things like that. So when you come to the point where you say, this is as far as I go, but your partner or your loved one or whatever says, no, you have to go farther, then because this is where I'm at, please step up to the next level. And so to avoid that, people begin to lie, because I'm not going to go that far. I'm not going to let my life be absent of hate or things that are selfishness and greed and all that. So I need you to change. So people try to change each other and rearrange each other's lives and so on, to do what to create the limits and the boundaries of their own personal existence. So love is a given thing, and when we give someone our love, they own it now. That's the deal. You can't give someone something of yours and keep it for yourself. You can't have your cake and eat it too, unless they give it back to you. So that's what happens with heartbreak. People who want you to come a little further, please, join me in this, give you a little more love, and so that's a good thing to you. But if you don't give it back, if you give lies instead, you kill off a small part of their life so that you can have more for your life. And that's the end result of it becomes a heartache, because you gave away something valuable and they gave you nothing in return. Nothing that supported you or respected you or honored you or any of that. So you need to understand that life is about what we can and cannot do based upon reality. It's governed by truth, what we can or cannot build with that reality, and it's determined by the desire of your own thought, what you want to do with this reality, how you want to be in this relationship, and so on. So these are the things that are basic to life, and these are the things that you decide with your humanity. What do you desire to have your life assembled by? Is it love, or if it's just want? Want lives in the middle between love and hate. You have if you can't choose love, then you choose want. And if you want is not enough for you, then you choose hate. And hate, of course, is the destruction of everything that is valuable in life. And people decide that based upon the conclusion that it's all your fault. Their life is all your fault. You are the one that is responsible. Terrorists, come in all forms, and the terrorist says that it's not my fault, it's your fault. And I'm not going to work with you or live by any law or whatever it is. because I don't want to. But want, is a human thing. It's not a part of the reality of the universe. It's not a law. It's just a human thing. So love, on the other hand, is a valid truth to life. In a reality of love, there is a value. There is respect. There is all the things that life can and cannot be, which have value in it. Hate, of course, is the opposite of that, which means that they never walk together. They never walk together. Even though in this humanity we walk with people who love and we walk with people who hate, because they pick and choose and wobble back and forth in the middle of that. Sometimes they want love because they want the happiness that goes with love, and sometimes they want hate, which is the revenge that goes with hate. Jealousy and all kinds of things that go with hate. We have to accept the idea that we are not superior to someone else. We are not capable of judging someone else. We are not given to the point that we get to be the only one that gets to decide. That is not true. We are alive, and our life gives us the opportunity to make decisions for ourselves. And that is based upon truth, and that is based upon thought, and that is based upon reality. You have to have all three to form some kind of construction. So you can't build without pieces, and you can't build without knowledge, and you can't build without the desire to build. And of course, evolution is just a junk science. But anyway, we have to learn how to function as a human society that is built upon the idea that law is what we need to have. We need to have law. And of course, we need to support and defend our law. And we need to make the law for ourselves. In this current USA, the Trump organization is planning to take over. And I hope he does far better than his evidence proves true. I do. I hope he does far better than that. But the end result is that we have to go by the evidence that we see. And the evidence we see does not support any kind of conclusion for democracy. Doesn't support any kind of conclusion for anything that has value in it. So we have to prepare for what is not value. And that means that we have to use constitutional law to enforce the idea that you are our employer, not our ruler. Do you understand the difference? You must understand that law is going to govern us. That's what a democracy means. Not ruler. Law governs us. The law that we create. Not the law that we vote for someone to vote for us, law, but the law we create. And we haven't done that as a nation really pretty much ever, but the Founding Fathers did a pretty good job of creating a foundation for us, as best they could do in that day. And we need to expand that and improve upon what they did do, because, reality has changed. We now have different options. We now have different opportunities. So we need to prepare to understand that we have to defend our democracy. And there are a lot of different questions that have to be answered for that. But you need to understand, again, that truth decides what our future will be. Only truth survives. That is a law of the universe. Only truth survives. And we must find out what is true, because our planet, our world, our lives, everything on Earth, the future, everything is dependent upon our choices in this day. We do stand on the edge of extinction. Even if you don't believe that, it doesn't matter. I'm asking you to prove what is true. Prove what is true in the price of being wrong for what you believe. Belief is not a reality. It's just what you want. And what you want is not enough to keep you alive. You have to let truth decide. So, constitutional law provides for redress of grievances, which is, we the people get to take our employees to court and prove what is true by the evidence, and then make our own decisions based upon our constitutional democratic right. We need to enforce that. We need to use that to ensure that life is going to go in the direction that we need it to go. And of course, it hasn't done that for the last 50 plus years. It hasn't done that, if ever. We need to identify what is important to each of us by creating the laws which then govern our existence. That's not my job. That's not your job. That's our job. And we need to govern ourselves as a world. Same thing. We have to decide the laws that are govern our world, our leaders. We're going to govern our leaders.